Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. How's everyone doing today? And yes, I am late on the Mamba and 18 EZA. Not the details, those are already out on the channel. I hope to put a link to that uh, when I do the Extreme Z battle, so that you can take a look at those if you're interested. But we got Android 21 Dokkan Festival, the AGL one, announced, as well as the sub EZA for the physical Majin 21 details. Shout out to Obi at Obi Eliezer on X for the defense calculations. Let's hop in to the details. So this is a 200% lead, so it's just going to get one key for the additional categories. So let's take a look at what they do now. So we've got 210% attack and defense, 2 key for all allies, 2 additional attacks, which are a 70% chance of becoming a super attack, a 70% chance of performing a critical hit, and a 70% chance of dodging. When there is another demonic power category ally attacking in the same turn, another 21% damage reduction. I say another, but it's just, that's the beginning of the damage reduction. Never mind that. When attacking, 210% attack and defense. After receiving or evading an attack, T plus 2 in 210% attack for 4 turns. After performing 3 attacks in battle, once only interrupts the attacked enemy, and once only gets another 21% damage reduction within the turn. After performing 6 attacks in battle, once only interrupts the attacked enemy, and a chance of evading the enemy's attack 21% within a turn. Very lackluster to begin with. I will say that it's an offensive build, of course, and a dodge, but this is a dodge or die character again, and she caps out at 70% chance to dodge. So yeah, I'm not sure where they're going with this, but then again, there is a transformation here to go after as well. So raises attack for 21 turns, raises defense for 1 turn, and causes immense damage with a high chance of stunning the enemy. The high chance of stunning the enemy, I don't know, probably was there to begin with as a chance to stun or something like that, so they're going with that. But the raising attack for 21 turns is probably just going to be a 20% or 30% at the most. We can go look at the character and try to find what the multiplier is currently. So yeah, so it's a 30% attack raise. So that's already had a high chance. They would have increased that to a 70% chance. I mean, it's fine, honestly. This is pre-transformation. Next, we have the defense calculations. So 21 normal, max, no equipment, 50% support. Start of turn is 405,000. 1 super attack, 1.6. 2 super attacks, 2 million. 3 super attacks, 2.3. And if you get the hidden potential system super attack, it's 2.7. Shocking speed, android assault, and metamorphosis active. You are probably going to want to have this unit linked up at all times. But I don't know if that's going to be the case if this unit is not going to be able to slot 1 very well. That's all. Next, we have here the transformation side. So 40% recovery once only, 200% attack, 210% attack and defense, 21% damage reduction, 2 additional guaranteed super attacks, 70% chance of performing a critical hit, 2 key for all allies, demonic power, battle of wits, or crossover category allies gain 21% attack and defense, and recovers 21% HP at the end of turns. That's a huge recovery at the end of turns. So if you're stuck with a KO character guard and you got hit, like for example UI Goku, then you will recover another 21% health. But I don't know that they go on the same team, but okay. When attacking, key plus 3, 210% attack and defense. When receiving an attack, another 210% attack defense. Again, you need to attack to get that 210% extra defense over here in the middle, but when receiving an attack, you get another 210% defense. So remember, this all multiplies into each other, so it's going to be a little bit higher than it looks from the initial assessment. And then when there's another demonic power category ally attacking the same turn, 21% additional damage reduction, and another 210% attack when attacking. So this is an offensive monster, 42% damage reduction. Again, you're going to need to have a demonic power category ally on the same turn, which if you're pairing this 21 good with transformed evil, then you're going to be able to get that. But I'm not seeing this being a successful slot 1 unit whatsoever. I really am not. Now, for the most part, we need to take a look here and see. Okay, so going on to the super attack, raises attack for 21 turns, greatly raises defense for 1 turn, and causes immense damage to the enemy and another 7% health recovery. So even during the same turn, you can recover health. I will say that as an all-rounder, it's a decent enough kit. It's not going to be anything earth-shattering. It's going to help maybe on some teams. It's definitely not going to be good enough in some events. Really, truly, it's not. She's going to be hitting very high numbers defensively, but she's not going to be very, I'll just say this, very good defensively by any stretch of the imagination. Now, that 21 turns attack raise, so for 21 turns, you can stack. So on the 21st turn, you're getting at least 3 super attacks per turn. So you're talking about a 63% attack raise each turn. She's going to hit hard. She's not going to be very defensive, though. Plus, she's going to need to have attacked to get a decent chunk of her defensive abilities. So let's go and look at the defense calculations here. So this was a 3rd calculation that Obi did. So remember that. Initially, it doesn't look very high. He's seeing this a little bit more. So maxed out 3,000 in defense equips and 113% support. Start of turn starts at 774,500. When receiving an attack, that goes to 2.4. Remember, that's the 210% extra defense that she's getting when getting attacked. Then after 1 super attack, 6.04. 2 super attacks, 8 million. 3 super attacks, 10 million. 4 super attacks, 12 million. Again, this all ties into where I don't think she's going to be good as a slot 1 unit for a slot 0 nuke type super attack. But post-supering, if she does get 3 super attacks, 10 million defense with 41% damage reduction, this super attack would have to be a 50 million super attack to do damage for the most part. Okay, because with 42% damage reduction, there's just 8 million there. It's going to have to be 52 million of a super attack that she's taking post 3 supers. And of course, that number would be higher post 4 supers. So once she's done her supering, she is going to be tremendously good defensively. But if there is a slot 0 super attack, it's gonna get a little bit more difficult. That's the truth. It's gonna get a little bit more difficult. Remember, this is with 3,000 extra defense in equipment and 113% support. Big Bad Boss's Shocking Speed, Android Assault, and Metamorphosis active, which is literally just linking up with this 21. Okay, because apparently, there's the links there. Brainiacs is not going to be a link, and Fierce Battle does not give any defense. Battlefield Diva also does not give defense. It does give extra dodge chance, so that becomes a 75% chance to dodge now. It can be very good. Yes, it can be very good. 75% chance to dodge. I mean, obviously, if you're going all in on the defense equipment, you're going to lose out a bit on the dodge. So there is that as well. Again, there are the defense calculations. Shout out to Obi on X. And then we have here the sub EZA for Android 21. I am just going to check something out here. 1 second. Yeah. This is a mistake. I'm almost positive this is a mistake, because this is a Dokkan Festival EZA that they will need to have 30, 40, 30, and 30 for medals. There is, of course, going to be missions for sure at this point. I just think that they don't have the assets ready for the Fighters EZA, and so they're using the Kid Buu medals for it. I couldn't say otherwise. There's not been any announcement in game about it, so they don't have to announce anything in game about it anyway. Till then, for the most part, unless it, of course, it continues. So this becomes a power absorption category, key +3 and 150% to stats. Decent enough for a sub EZA leader skill. We have here once only 321% attack and defense and 21% damage reduction for 6 turns. So for 6 turns, she is going to be usable. Longer than that, we'll have to see. Once only has a guaranteed additional super attack for 6 turns. They could have added that to the first part. It wouldn't have changed anything. Didn't have to make a separate line for that. 70% chance of launching an additional super attack and 50% chance of dodging starting from the 7th turn from the character's entry turn. So no dodge as of yet until the 7th turn, and it's only 50% chance. We will be hard on this unit because of the fact that this is the best linking partner for 21 transformed. So yeah, key +3, another 221% attack and defense, another 21% damage reduction, so that's 42% damage reduction, high chance of performing a critical hit, recovers HP with treats, and demonic power battle wits or crossover category allies gain 21% attack and defense. When attacking, another 321% attack. When receiving an attack, another 221% defense. And once only gains another 21% damage reduction when there is another demonic power category ally attacking in the same turn. So theoretically speaking, this will be the first turn slot 1 unit. But after that, cannot be slot 1. 63% damage reduction is nothing to sneeze at. Unfortunately, we will have to see what the defense calculations are before supering to see that. Okay, when HP is 60% or less, or when the target enemy is in the following status: HP is 60% or less. So either you are 60% HP or less, or the opponent is 60% HP or less. Guaranteed a critical hit. So that 50% chance of a crit is no longer necessary. For every final blow delivered, recovers 40% health. There is a similar mechanic for the STR Goku Black in the Supreme Kai outfit, the free-to-play LR. I think the 5th anniversary or the 4th anniversary or something like that, or the 6th. Somewhere over there. So his Super EZA has, when delivering the final blow, gains extra attack, and that's once only. And it is a permanent buff, but it is for once only. It doesn't, you can't activate that multiple times. So here it's literally just saying that it could be every time it happens. So greatly raises attack and defense for 6 turns and causes supreme damage to the enemy. Supreme being a modifier for damage on TORs that are Dokkan Fest exclusives. So that 50% attack and defense raise for 6 turns. Let's go and see what we have for the defense calculations. So maxed out 3k defense equipments again, 113% support again. Start of turn with the intro animation, which I believe she can get no matter what. Yeah, she just gets that automatically. 891,854 defense. When receiving an attack, that goes to 2.862 million for the defense. And remember, turn 1 with the demonic power category ally, she's going to have 63% damage reduction. After that, it's going to be 42. For 6 turns, that is. For 6 turns. After 6 turns, that goes down to just 21% damage reduction. 1 super attack, 4.3 almost. 2 super attacks, 5.7. 3 super attacks, 7.1. Turn 3 with 2 super attacks stacking. Start of turn is 1.7. Remember, she's not going to have 63% damage reduction at this point. So it's very nice to see that when she's receiving an attack for the first time, even if it's before supering, it's 5.7 million defense. So even with 42% damage reduction, that's going to be very significant. Okay, that is going to be very significant. You're going to need to have take an over 20 million super to take damage there. It would seem. It would seem. I'm not going to sit there thinking that I'm understanding this correctly, but I think that that's how it's going to be. So 1 super attack, turn 3, 7.1, 8.5, and for the 3rd super attack, 10 million. Turn 5 with 4 super attack stacks, you're starting off with 2.6. When receiving an attack, that goes to 8.5, and you're still getting 42% damage reduction on turn 5. So this is insanity. Definitely could put her in slot 1 at that point. 1 super attack, 10 million. 2 super attacks, 11 million. And 3 super attacks, 12.8. By contrast, she needs to super the 21 good. Needs to super to get the 12 million. And for 2 super attacks to be 8 million. She turn 5 is going to have 8.5 million defense with just 2 super attacks with the possibility of a 3rd. Absolutely mind-boggling. So 1 super attack, 10 million. 2 super attacks, 11, almost 11.5. 3 super attacks, 12.8. Of course, this is with being the linked up with the Android 21 good. And Big Bad Bosses should be active as well. But then we go into the Big Bad Bosses part here. Turn 7 plus with 6 plus super attack stacks plus Big Bad Bosses from AGL 21. Start of turn is 2.5 million. It's down by about 110,000 almost, 108,000 from the turn 5. When receiving an attack, it's 8.25 almost. And it's also down by about 230,000, 240,000. 1 super attack 9.2, 2 super attacks 10.3, and 3 super attacks 11.3. Of course, that's with all of the links active. So starting from turn 7, it does go down a little bit, but she's still going to be doing a decent amount defensively. But again, turn 7 plus, it's only 21% damage reduction. There's no 42% at that point. So post supering, very good defensively. Even before supering, very good defensively. That the 21% damage reduction is going to mitigate what you can do, especially if it's a stage where the opponent crits. Okay, it is going to be something to consider, of course. What I do want to point out is that with these defense calculations, if they're accurate to a large extent, are of course pointing out that the EZA'S that we are getting and have gotten over the celebration are defensively based, not necessarily dodge based or even damage reduction based with a lot of defense, which is very, very good to see. Unfortunately, when you've got a crit opponent, it just can throw all of this to the wins because of the fact that crits can ignore a percentage of the defense more often than not. In the 6-star difficulty stages, that is going to be a complete defense ignore. So we have to be careful, especially because we've been getting the survey on X to do choices for players' ultimate choice battle. So it's going to be something to take a look-see about. So with that in mind, what are your thoughts on these EZA'S? 21, I would say, is a 6.5 out of 10. Especially because you need to get to the transformation for that for her to be better. Once she's transformed, I would say at a 7.5%, 7.5 out of 10 rating for me. I would say that this 21 is sitting at a 9 out of 10 rating for me. I genuinely do like the way this kit is built. For the most part, 6 turns. Most fights should be done by 6 turns because of the difficulty. And the fact that the longer fights go on, the more of a chance the fights get more difficult. So we do have to bear that in mind. I bear that in mind when I think about these EZA'S, to be honest. I don't like when it's a 3-turn or a 1-turn buff. 6 turns is decent for a buff to start with, genuinely, in my opinion. So again, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. What do you think of these EZA'S? Do you think that they are tremendously good, or do you think that they're bad, or do you think that there is 1 point or 2 in their kits that aren't good? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'll be happy to hear from you folks. And with that, that's going to be it for this video. If you are new here or you aren't already, please consider subscribing. And we do have a Discord in the description if you'd like to join. I do post there when my videos go up. I don't always get to post everywhere else. And good luck, folks, in all of your difficult content, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Goshin signing off.